to the annual TFL Holiday Special. And as always, it's Andre, Emmy, Nathan, and myself. And we are here to do what we always do at the end of the year, which is pick our top cars of the year. But before we get to that, I just want to thank all of you guys for tuning into TFL this year. I especially want to thank all of our patrons and our Patreons for subscribing and pledging money, because without you we wouldn't be able to put together the Fast Lane Car TV show, which now will air every Saturday. How cool is that?
Yes.
Awesome. And I want to thank everybody out there. It's been a hell of a good year. We keep growing, and I think 2015 is going to be even crazier. Coming up next on the Fast Lane Car, TFL's top cars of 2014. All right, welcome back. Should we roll the train? What do you guys say?
Oh, God, no.
No? Come on, Nathan. Just slowly. No?
All right, slowly. Gotta go slowly.
We're rolling the train slowly. All right, let's start with the top cars that we've driven, and we've each put together a top 3 list, so it's very straightforward. The top 3 cars that...
We've driven for 2014.
Right. Yeah, these could be 2014s, these could be 2015 models,
right.
but they're cars that we drove this year. So I will start, and my number 3 car is the same car that's on who else's list? Who else has
Mine, I picked it as well.
But his is the number 1, so just go number 3, number 2.
All right, my number 3 car is the Jaguar F-Type Coupe R, or is it R Coupe? Either way.
The R is the most.
Yeah, the R is
the most important letter.
Right? Yeah.
Either way, it was, for the longest time, the fastest car that we tested on our TFL test track with our race car driver Justin Wilson doing the fastest lap. The car is absolutely spectacular. It is fast, it is fun, it is certainly furious. All right, this is getting annoying.
Didn't he get like 105 or something?
104.
104?
Actually, he did it twice, right, Nathan?
Yeah.
And,
So it wasn't just luck.
No, he did it once with traction control in the sport mode.
Yeah,
And then he took it all the way off, right?
Yeah.
Just him in the car, and he shaved 3 seconds.
No way.
Yeah.
With 3 seconds is insane, but that's...
Well,
we
yeah,
were joking about it, and he comes back and it's 3 seconds faster.
Especially on that tiny little, I mean, that track is like what?
Go-kart track.
It's a go-kart track, so it's like a half a mile or mile, something like
It's
that?
about a mile.
It's
yeah.
almost a mile.
Yeah, shaving 3 seconds off that's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude is talented.
That's crazy.
So, beautiful car, lots of power, and I think it's time we pop one of these. Emmy, why don't you figure out what that's going to do? I didn't do anything.
Seriously?
Wow, you suck at that.
Wow.
You suck at that.
You suck at it too.
You got a little something.
It's supposed to pop. What came out of it?
This little thingy.
No, but look,
It's
there's...
a toy
Oh, it's a
there.
guitar.
Oh, God, it's going to be all day with her on that.
How come it didn't pop?
I don't know, that was terrible.
Look what I got.
You got a hat? Is that a hat or something? A crown?
I think I got a party hat. See? Look at there.
It's your hat, too.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen. I got a joke. What did the Martian say to the petrol pump?
What?
Take your finger out of your ear when I'm talking to you.
Why don't
my
elephants
God.
like penguins?
Why?
They can't get the wrappers off.
These are really bad. Okay, your next one, please.
Yeah.
Your next car.
Who's next? Andre, go for it. You're next.
My number 3 car is the 2014 BMW X5, but not just any X5. So this is it's not the M, it's not the full-out M version, but it's the xDrive 50i. Twin turbo V8. Remember the white one?
Yes, I remember
it.
Yeah.
So I called it defied the laws of physics.
Seriously?
Right? It's a giant SUV with 3 rows of seats, even though the 3rd row is not very useful.
Yeah.
But it did like a 5 seconds 0 to 60 at altitude, and it handled great. It's one of the sportiest.
It's a beast. It really is a
Really?
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a beast.
Do you remember what it goes for? Like $1 million?
Well, you can. Well, it's a BMW, so
Right.
when you had all the options,
Right.
it might. But
Yeah.
I think it was like $80,000.
it was about $80,000, but you can get it for like 60 if you're careful with options.
Right. If you're conservative.
All right, Nathan, you're third.
The brand new Lexus RCF. I love the big V8. It's a hammer. You know, you just push it through a corner. It doesn't handle like the Jaguar. It doesn't have all-wheel drive like the X5, but there's something brutal about it that takes that refined Lexus quality and kind of slaps it around a little bit and turns it into something that is visceral, that really feeds you. And I really thought that was an awesome vehicle. It's not the best handling vehicle Toyota's made, but it's an awesome vehicle to drive.
Yeah, and unlike all the other cars that are going to turbos,
Yeah, it's a big V8.
it's a big running V8.
Yeah, it sounds like a big V8, and they didn't have, it's an awesome car.
Emmy, you're next.
My third is the 2015 Cadillac ATS Coupe. I got to drive it in both the manual, the 2.0 liter turbo with the manual, and then the 3.6 liter with the automatic. And my favorite thing about this car is the magnetic ride control. I had never been in a car that had that before, and I just remember like cresting, coming over this hill at, I mean, it seemed like 1,000,000 miles an hour, didn't lift, didn't do anything, and that car was so stuck to the road. That thing was not going anywhere, and it's just got, you know, 1,000,000 different sensors that basically predict what you're going to want to do, and it has the optional limited slip. So for a car that is, you know, a luxury car, but it still has such a sporty sedan quality to it. I mean, I loved it. I would recommend a Cadillac over a BMW at this point any day. I would.
That's a bold statement.
It is.
I would.
And you know, Cadillac's on a roll, but they're not selling very well, which is unusual. But speaking of Uber Cadillacs, we are going to all be at the Detroit Auto Show in
That's
2
right.
weeks.
Yes.
And what's Cadillac introducing, Andre?
CTS-V.
That's right.
Sedan. The
Yeah.
new one. It's got a Z06 motor in it.
Oh my God.
200 plus miles an hour, they're saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
200 miles an hour top speed. 640, I think, horsepower.
Something like that, yeah.
Ridiculous.
They took the Z06 motor and detuned it a little.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So be sure to stay tuned next year when we go to the Detroit
And it's
Auto
got
Show.
magnetic ride.
Hell yeah, it does.
All right, let's do the next one. Nathan, you want to pop this? See if any get these popped? What? They don't pop.
These are, where did you buy these?
Not one of our sponsors.
It's like a gunpowdery smell in here. Is that supposed to be like that?
Well, I think that's what's supposed to make it pop, but
Well,
it
it's
doesn't.
just not popping,
It's
man.
not popping. Yeah, what is up with that?
It's a thimble. No, wait a minute.
Oh my God, that works for you on so many different levels.
Right?
My car once sounded like that.
All right. While Andre's opening his, my number 2 car, of course, and you know this car had to be on the list, is the Hellcat. And I'm gonna go with, my heart says Challenger, but my head says Charger. And
Why
I'll
did you go with your heart?
because it's hard to have a family car and a crazy sports car all in one, and that's what the Charger is, right? We drove it, you know it's crazy.
I know, but and I like the Charger too. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I thought it was awesome, but for me, the Challenger is just something that it just evokes such an emotional response to me that I would have to
On the nose.
pick that over. I mean, and granted, like, I don't have a family. I'm a single gal, footloose and fancy free, so that is a better choice for me. And I understand with you, you've got, you know, a wife and a kid and all that stuff, so you got to
You know,
be a little bit more practical.
It depends what day I wake up. 'Cause someday I want the Charger, and someday I want the Challenger.
So you just get both, and we'll put them in the TFL garage.
Yeah, that's right.
I have
Bryce,
kids,
are you listening?
so that-
We need 2 Hellcats, a Charger and a Challenger.
And we won't crash them.
No, we won't
No.
crash it. We
No,
won't.
no. That was
At least not right away.
another video program that crashed that one.
All right, who's next? Andre, I think you're next.
It's me.
Yeah.
My number.
What could you get? What?
I got a crown.
Oh,
I got a yellow
Same
crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to read your bad joke?
Let me see. Why do birds fly south in the winter?
Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be bad.
Because they can't afford to take the train. My number 2 is a 2015 Audi S3 sedan. Nathan and I got a chance to go to Texas to drive it.
Yeah, and on the racetrack too.
And on the racetrack. So,
What racetrack?
Circuit of the Americas. That was my, you know, probably top moment of 2014 for me. I did 2 laps. Was fortunate enough for 2 laps. And the car is, once again, magnetic ride control on the S3. And it has a street character. You can drive it on the street, you know, in the comfort setting. And then on the dynamic setting on the racetrack, It's great in both environments.
Yeah, that car really, it was really surprising on the track.
These S's, I'm
Just hug it and accelerate out.
I'm not used to this.
Hug it and accelerate out of it. There you go.
All right, Nathan, you're number 2.
My number 2 is also an Audi, but it's the S4, and that's because I like more power. And it's a beast. And you know what's really cool about it? First of all, the one I had was a manual, and Audi does manual transmissions. Magnifique! And on the track, on the street, it makes you a better driver. You feel like you're in control. And at the same time, if you're ham-fisted like I am, you still have an element of control that's one step above you, one step higher than what your capability is, and that's huge. It's a great car. I think it's decent looking. That's the only thing that I think it needs. They need a little bit more of individuality with it, but
Yeah.
it is such a great car to drive. My God, I was really impressed, obviously.
And that's really impressive because that car's going away.
Yeah, it is. I know. God.
And there's a new one coming, so it's
Yeah.
cool that you picked a car that's kind of in its last.
And I think you did the
Twilight
fastest
years.
lap in that car.
It was my fastest
Your
lap.
fastest
yeah,
lap,
my
yeah.
fastest by far. And you know what? One final thing is that it's a perfect sports car for Colorado. My God, just
Yeah.
perfect for here.
All right, Emmy, number 2.
My number 2 was the 2015 Mazda 3. Now, you guys know I'm a big Mazda fan, and I did drive a 2014 Miata, but I'm gonna pick the Mazda 3 over this, mostly because I don't like this NC generation of the Miatas. I'm super excited about the next generation, so I can't put it on my list. But the Mazda 3, you guys, was so awesome. First of all, I had the 2.5 liter Skyactiv for 184 horsepower, 185 pound-feet of torque, I think. It has electric power steering, but I feel like Mazda is really good at making electric power steering feel like it's a hydraulic setup. Like, you still get a ton of feedback on it. The wheel felt really good in my hand, and that car just wanted to redline all day long. It went up to the red line like that and just bounced off against the red line. It just means that you can really, red line, you can really power through on this car. I mean, this car loves the red line, loves it.
Is that where the tack is in the middle?
Yeah. The tack's in the middle.
Was it manual?
Yeah, and it was a 6-speed manual, and I had the hatch. I'm not really a fan of the sedan as much. The hatch to me is so much more sexy and so much more practical, and you just get so much more utility out of it. I had an absolute blast in that car, and I had a friend who, her car was a piece of crap, and it finally died, and I was like, you gotta come look at this Mazda 3. She's like, ooh, I love it.
So Mazda gets the award for having the most impressive drive program without driving the actual car.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, that whole thing.
They flew me out to Mazda Raceway at Laguna Seca.
Right.
They're very clear about that every time. Mazda Raceway at Laguna Seca, not Laguna Seca. And they unveiled the car, and then they had perhaps every Miata ever made, plus some probably that weren't in production, but we couldn't drive the car, so we only got to look at it. We couldn't even open the hood to see what's under the hood.
Didn't they tell you that yes, the battery's in the trunk? Like, that was the only technical information they give you. Battery's still in the trunk.
Yeah, and there was no horsepower, no EP,
No technical information
whatsoever. Yeah, it was crazy. So it was.
That wasn't our fault. That was them.
Yeah.
That was what they
I remember all three of us were sitting at
did. Waiting to come on.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna
Kodo?
be?
What are you doing with the style? Yeah. And that happened again with the CX-3. We have very little
Yeah,
information
they're
on that
being
as
super
well.
tight-lipped about that.
Yeah.
So
But
look for 2015 to be a year where they roll out
Yeah.
little pictures and tidbits
More.
of information.
And I know that Roman is gonna send me on that first drive of that new Miata.
For sure. All right, here, open up another one.
Oh, that kind of pops.
That popped a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't what I was going for. Here, let's see what you got.
Roman, what's your number one?
Not yet. We're gonna hold that off for a second because the number one question that we get all the time is what cars do we drive? So I'm just gonna go down the line. We're gonna talk about the cars that we drive. So I drive when I don't have a manufacturer car, the TFL long-term Raptor, which we've actually put a lot of miles on this year. I think it's gonna be close to 20,000 miles in 1 year.
Oh, nice.
Since we were driving the Cutro across the country. What'd you get there, dude? You got a parachute.
This is the worst parachute ever on the face of the
He
planet.
died! Oh my God, he died!
It's almost like something that.
Do you feel like you're
Evil.
Dr. Evil? Yeah.
Now, Nathan, you have an interesting vehicle that you purchased this year.
Well, yeah, because
Very interesting.
well, I like building up fishing, what I call my fishing truck, and I've had a GMC Jimmy, I've had a Discovery, I like taking them, and they all have manual transmissions and making them a little bit better. So this time I decided to buy an Isuzu Trooper, a 96 with a manual
Oh my gosh,
transmission.
my college boyfriend drove an Isuzu Trooper.
All right, right there,
Yeah.
yeah. Was he cool?
Yeah, of course, he dated me.
Well, yeah, okay, there it is. But you know, nobody really knows anything about Isuzus anymore because they've been gone for a while, and I love them. They're very robust. They're powerful vehicles in terms of. Well, the bottom line is that it's a lot of fun, and I just like building it up, and then eventually I'll sell it, break it, or whatever. and get
What
another.
color is it?
Well, it's kind of blue.
How blue? Like sky blue?
Is it sky? Is it
Royal blue?
What kind of blue would you
Is
call
it
it?
cerulean?
It's kind of a purplish.
It's purple, Nathan. You have a purple car.
It's not purple.
It's a project vehicle.
The sun has warped the blue into a purplish color.
Let's go paint it right now. We'll
I
just
will paint
rollers
it.
and paint it.
It's going to be painted, I promise.
Emmy, you got a new car this year.
I did. I got a new to me 2004 Mazda Speed Miata. I know, like, you guys are super surprised, but it was awesome because I found it here in Colorado with 13,000 miles on the odometer, and I found it for a super crazy good price, and it's great. So my old Miata, which is an '01, is in California with a it'll turn over, but shut up. It'll turn over, it'll crank, but it won't turn over. And I've done all of this stuff I can do. I replaced the spark plugs and the coil packs and the shut up
It'll turn over.
and the cam sensor and a new fuel pump. Like, I've done all this stuff to it, and it worked for a while, and then it died. So.
Well, let's talk about the new car because
Yeah, because the new car is awesome. So
I was talking to some of the like inside guys,
Yeah.
and I was telling them about your car, and they said those are like the hot collectible cars now. Because you weren't very clear. You just said the model. What makes that special?
because the Mazda Speed Miata has a turbo in it.
And they didn't make a lot
It's a
of them.
1.8 liter turbo. So yeah, they made it was 1,500 in 2005, and then the factory burned down, so they weren't able to make any more. And then in 2004 they made more. I think it was like 3,000 or 4,000.
But there aren't a lot of them out
There's
there.
not a lot of them out there on the road, and it gives you a huge power bump. I mean, it's up to like 176, 177 horsepower, and it's only 7 pounds of boost. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's way noticeable. So if I had some money, I'd get a roll cage, get some
Different
better
pulley
brakes.
or gotta boost the power somehow.
Well, yeah, actually, Flying Miata out here in Colorado in Grand Junction, they have a great, it's called the Little Enchilada, and it boosts everything up on the
Our new
Mazda
sponsor.
Speed. Yeah. I want it so bad.
All right, Andre, how about you?
Well, I have two vehicles. They're older. I'm kind of a diesel guy.
Yeah.
So I got a 2002 Volkswagen Golf TDI.
Yep.
It's got a lot of miles. I bought it brand new.
All right, and the next one, we're running out of time.
I got a Chevy Duramax, which I use for work and hauling stuff.
Oh, right.
it's-
And you guys may have
great.
seen that Duramax on TFL truck. We used it as our project truck a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going because we're quickly approaching our time limit. All right, my number one car is the BMW i8 that I drove this year, and the reason for that is it's gorgeous, and it combines two things that are really hard to combine. It's a sports car, and it's an economy car. So think about that. The two don't belong together. Sports cars are fast, economy cars are fuel efficient. BMW managed to do it, and the car is just dropped dead sexy. I'm terrified that in 3 years it's going to look really dated because it's going to look really cool. Right now, anything that cool is going to get dated, but
Yeah.
it's a hell of a car. And our fleet manager brother bought one, and the dealer offered him $30,000 over sticker once he took delivery of it.
Holy
$30,000.
crap.
He held on
To
to
buy
it.
it from-
To buy it. He held on to it for 2 weeks and sold it, and now has a Jaguar F-Type.
Oh my gosh.
And I assume he made a profit on it.
Who knew? Who knew?
Interesting. Okay.
All right, who's next? Who's
Andre.
Is it me?
Yeah, that's you. Number one.
Well, speaking of Jaguars, I was thinking about what's the car that left the biggest impression, and it was the F-Type R.
Yep.
For me, it was just the noise it makes. Just even on the street, you just touch the throttle, it just explodes behind you, or you can just cruise. Go easy cruising and just left the biggest impression in my head.
Yeah, I love that car. The biggest reason to buy that is because you feel like James Bond driving it, right? Mm-hmm. I know he drives Astons, but if you're a smart James Bond, you'll probably go for the Jaguar because it's basically
Well, we haven't tested an Aston Martin.
the same designer, and we haven't tested Astons, but hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Next month, we're going to go maybe, and
Please,
test,
can you make it happen?
I'm trying my best.
Okay.
and test the first Aston Martins. All right, dude, you're next.
My turn?
Yeah.
It's the brand new Alfa Romeo 4C. I love that little car. It is just, the only thing to keep it from perfection is a lack of a manual transmission, which they say will never happen. But I'm not the only one who loves it. He loves it too.
And I would have loved it had I had a chance to drive it.
Yeah, actually,
I drove it one lap.
But you liked it.
I liked it.
It smacks
Today.
Lotus around. Let's just face it. It goes up and just fun along. You know, that's
Lotus,
it.
what is it? The Elise, right? It's basically like
Yeah.
an Elise, right? It's very bare bones. So it's a purist car.
Italian. It makes you feel Italian. It's
But
just.
it assaults all your senses.
It really does.
It really assaults
does.
it.
Great sound, great drive,
Yeah.
great ride, great car.
Nice. All right, and
Mine was the Fiesta ST. Because I've always loved, I thought the Ford Focus ST was great, but I was like, man, it's just a little bit too big. So you shrink that down a little bit. It's like almost 200 horsepower. It's just a little growler. It's front wheel drive, which is not really my favorite thing, but it was affordable, really affordable power. Like the horsepower to dollar ratio was really,
Yeah, it
really
like
good.
starts at like $21,000.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't. I don't know how you can get any better than that. So, I really.
I couldn't help but notice. I mean, that, like if you added my cars up, they'd be like $250,000.
I know. Honestly, I have very simple
You
tastes.
do have very simple taste.
Yeah, yours is about half of his.
Well, because I didn't get to drive all the fancy cars like you guys did this year.
I just want to say one thing real quickly, by the way. If a car has to be a person, I would say that Emmy is a Ford Fiesta ST.
All right. Let's open up the presents. We got some presents to open
Okay.
up. Okay. I'm gonna open this. Hey, finally a pop. Look
No,
at that.
you
I
got a paperclip. You guys, I told you I was getting you stuff from the airport, and this is about this day at the Chicago airport from Nuts on Clark. Apparently, it's the best popcorn ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll
So there
definitely
you go.
dive into that.
Thank you.
Speaking of food,
Yeah, let's get that real quick.
we have to thank Chrysler, our beautiful and very
Amazing.
talented Chrysler rep Wendy. Make these for us. She bakes them every year. Thank you, Wendy. That is so
Yay!
great.
You're awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome. We want to thank all of you reps. We can be bribed with cookies. Really, we can.
Our tastes are cheap.
Yeah.
And our buddy Ian behind the camera, I got you an iPhone 6. Actually, if you open it up, Ian, I got you $1
Oh, that's so nice.
and candy. So that's
great.
for him. And then for Roman,
Yeah.
we have to kind of make this fast.
Okay.
So amongst your other gifts, this one's definitely for you when you lose your patience.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
And then, of course, when he's doing one of his triathlons, this is Xanax. No, it's Geritol. What is that? I'm sorry.
Isogenics.
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 And then movie trivia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a fun game. Yeah.
And Andre,
Nathan, you are so
I didn't know we were going to get this many presents.
Whoa.
I'm so excited.
make sure this is, No, this is T-Bone's.
right.
Tommy, our main man. Oh, Emmy? Well,
Oh, yeah, my turn.
here. This is for you.
Did you get any?
Nathan went all out. I can't build.
Whoa.
Oh, it's a Diet Dr. Pepper in a Hello Kitty hat. Oh my God, thank you so much. This is
Well, see,
awesome.
it was going to go to Andre, but then
And it's almost cold.
Andre was going to buy you Daisy Dukes instead, but
Okay.
anyway, that's for you.
What is this? Let's see.
And
Trivia game. This is probably my favorite. Earplugs.
Oh, that's awesome.
they're from Audi. Which,
Oh, great! Wow.
yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh, and a
this-
chocolate.
This is the
I
best.
actually regifted that. And he has a chocolate in his
Chocolate.
And
Oh,
chocolate
thank
too.
you.
And
There you
guys, I have a little something. You all drove Hellcats this year.
Yes.
I didn't get to drive one.
Sorry.
But it's okay. I'll probably eventually will drive one. But I wanted to give you a piece of Hellcat.
Oh,
Be very careful. It's sharp. Okay.
Are you kidding? Is that the one that crashed? Oh my God, that's the one that crashed in Colorado. Andre, that's awesome.
So-
Nobody has this.
This is the best present ever.
So and you can see the tree marks on
I
this one.
can. Look at
Yeah, there's a
that.
little bit of bark in here too. Look at that. See it.
all right.
That's awesome.
All right, I fear this is as close to a Hellcat as I'm going to get in real life.
And this is like my favorite color too.
Oh, this goes up on the. This definitely goes up on the shelf.
Totally.
All right, we've definitely gone over time, but in the last minute or two, we do have a list of the top 5 off-road vehicles that we've driven this year. And since we love to do off-road stuff, I think we have to do the off-road vehicles.
Okay, let's just hit
Let's
it.
go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, number 5 is
Number
yours.
5, the Touareg, which I had up there, and I was pretty surprised. I didn't think it was going to do as well as it did, and it was great up there. You know, even with the with just regular all-season tires. Scooted up just fine.
And number 4 is the brand that cannot be spoken.
No. It's unfortunately it's just a vehicle thing and whatnot, but it's horizontally opposed something or other. Anyway, so number 3 is the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. It's a very impressive off-road. They really built a very good vehicle. It's a little weird to look at, but drive it. I mean,
Yeah,
drive
it
it.
goes.
You guys, it really
It
is.
goes.
It goes. It's a good vehicle. Off-road.
Number 2, that you guys did that for
Yeah.
Range Rover. We took the long wheelbase Range Rover.
Yes, we did.
You know, we thought we should be comfortable.
Yeah, and it was.
And we went off-roading and just did anything that the regular Range Rover can do. The long one can do also.
Yeah, and then in the middle of the rainstorm, we got a flat.
Yes, that was a challenge.
Andre drove it too quickly into rocks and deliberately slammed it into
I don't think I was driving.
Oh.
All right, and number 1, and this goes back to that kind of college saying, if you can't get Kappa Tri Delta, if you can't get FJ, do what, Andre?
You have to take a 4Runner and put a TRD Pro package on it.
Yep, that's right.
It really is an animal off-road, man. I mean, our video was, we did barely any hard.
Yeah, we could, yeah.
It can handle anything. It's amazing.
It's got a thick skid plate underneath and it's lifted.
Great suspension, good tires,
Yes.
everything else. And Frank, remember, this is just what we drove for 2014. Okay, so it's a great truck.
On that note, we've had quite a hell of a year.
Yes.
Right? Andre is
We
learning to
grew a
speak
lot.
English.
Yes.
It's fluent now, folks.
Fascinating.
Thank you guys.
Rosetta Stone! You did it.
Emmy, what was your biggest automotive accomplishment this year?
Well, Gazelles. I came in and was the top
That's
North
right.
American team
Yes,
in
you
the
were.
Gazelle Rally.
Yeah,
Exactly. And you're selling a calendar, so...
Calendar sold out.
Oh, never mind, she's not selling a calendar. All right, good.
Congratulations.
Nathan, you bought a Montero.
I didn't buy a Montero. I bought a Trooper. Why do you keep saying Montero?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. It really. Send your letters to Kara Roman. For those of you who like Mitsubishis. No, it would deserve it.
What was yours?
Oh, it's behind you, of course.
Oh, that's
Oh, yes, we got to drive
That
it.
was
That was a
That's
pretty
right.
awesome thing.
That was pretty awesome,
That was a
yeah.
hell of a. That was an adventure. Truly an adventure.
Yeah.
And it made it.
Animated, yeah. It was, from beginning to end, it was a crazy adventure. And next year, hopefully, we'll have more adventures, certainly more fun vehicles that we'll be restoring. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for being there, because without you, we couldn't do this. And I've got little presents for you guys, all of you guys. And you can open this after
Oh, okay.
we
Ooh,
say.
I think they're matching.
Wow.
And they're fairly hefty.
Whoa.
So, once again, this is Roman and
Nathan.
Emmy.
And Andre.
saying thanks for watching. Check out TFLcar.com and TFLtruck.com for more news, views, and
Real world reviews.
ciao.
Bye.
Thanks.